Babies born with three parents could be at risk for genetic complications later in life. Pharmaceutical giant Eli Lilly is set to reduce the price of insulin by as much as 70%, and aTyr Pharma plans on using its intellectual property to revolutionize a rare lung disorder. These are the stories we'll be covering on This Week in Healthcare Tech. Hello and welcome to This Week in Healthcare Tech, where every week we bring you the hardest hitting news from the intersection of healthcare and technology. First up, in 2016, researchers made headlines with a handful of techniques that can create a child with three genetic parents. Though they vary in specifics, all of the techniques involve supplementing the genetic material of a mother and father with the mitochondrial genetics of a third donor. In high school, you probably learned that mitochondria are the cell's energy factories. What you may not have learned is that they also have their own genetic material called mtDNA, which is inherited from the mother. As with DNA, regular DNA, mtDNA can have harmful mutations which give rise to genetic diseases. Researchers began working on ways of adding mtDNA from a healthy donor as one way of treating these rare afflictions. But potential genetic complications are causing some to reconsider this approach. For reasons that are still being uncovered, it's possible for a baby with three parents to gradually show more and more of their mother's mtDNA over time. This phenomenon is called reversion, and it means that the three-parent babies might ultimately end up with mitochondrial mutations anyway. For now, researchers are ambivalent about the techniques and are warning that they may not ultimately succeed in removing mtDNA-related complications. Next, Eli Lilly is taking sweeping actions to lower prices on a range of insulin products, according to a recent announcement. Specifically, they will be reducing the cost of Humalog, their branded insulin drug, and they're setting a $25 cap on a common Humalog alternative. Lilly is also launching a competitor to Lantus, an insulin drug manufactured by Sanofi, which they'll offer at a steep 78% discount. On the insurance side, the drug maker is working with participating pharmacies to set a $35 cap on out-of-pocket spending on insulin for patients with commercial insurance. Some have speculated that these cost-saving measures are part of a broader retreat from this segment of Lilly's diabetes business, as sales of Humalog and related Lilly insulin treatments fell dramatically between 2021 and 2022. This drop in sales, combined with the monthly insulin spending caps passed as part of the Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act, may be incentivizing Lilly to proactively shift its focus elsewhere. Finally, aTyr Pharma is pioneering treatments of rare immunological diseases. In a recent interview, the company's CEO, Dr. Sanjay Shukla, stated that he's long been interested in diseases that have few or any therapies because of the fact that they don't affect large populations of people. aTyr is now leveraging its institutional knowledge and strong portfolio of intellectual property to take aim at sarcoidosis. Affecting some 200,000 in the United States alone, pulmonary sarcoidosis is a lung disease caused by inflammation that tends to predominantly affect women and members of the Black community. If it finds regulatory approval in aTyr's treatment, efzofitimod could be the very first sarcoidosis drug ever made. aTyr is setting up phase 3 trials now and expects preliminary data to be available as early as 2025. That's it for this episode. Tune in to This Week in Healthcare Tech next week for the latest news, and don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Thanks for joining me, and until next time.